Welcome back to America at its Best. Rebecca Painter, still here live at SPN's 29th annual meeting in Orlando. And I just found the man of the evening, Justin Owen, CEO of the Beacon Center in Tennessee, who just 5 minutes ago won the Row Award. And for those who don't know, the Row Award goes to the person who has taken their organization from good to out of control excellence. It is named after Tom Rowe, the founder of SPN and this entire movement, a man from my home state of South Carolina. But let's turn our attention to Justin. Justin, there have been many men and women before you who have received this award. I know that they are role models of yours and awesome people. How does it feel to join that group?
I mean, I said this on stage, it really is the honor of a lifetime. There is no pinnacle within our world, within our professional, network than the Thomas Rowe Award. What he did, we wouldn't exist but for him and his vision. So to receive an award named after him means so much to me, and it's something that I will never forget and I will always cherish for the rest of my life.
Well, Justin, I learned something new about you tonight. You started out as an intern at the Beacon Center, and here you are, the big man in charge.
Yeah.
How in the world did that even happen?
That glitch in the payroll system, right? You stick with it. And as soon as I interned at Beacon and started to see the change that you could make and the impact you could make, I knew that this is what I wanted to do. I went to law school, thought about real estate law, graduated in 2008, so that wasn't the year to go into real estate law.
No.
But I knew, public policy is also near and dear to my heart, and I love changing people's lives. And so came back, got lucky enough to get a full-time gig after my internship, and I've never turned back. And every single day is amazing to wake up and get to do what we do. We truly do have the best job in the world. And to be able to really impact people's lives in a way that matters, there's nothing more rewarding than that.
Well, Justin, you talked this evening a lot about changing people's lives, and you actually brought four people whose lives you have changed with your colleagues at the Beacon Center right here to annual meeting.
Yeah.
Can you tell us their stories?
So Lidge, during the pandemic, Nashville shutting down businesses, and he owns a home music studio. And he had already been shut down because Nashville has the most stringent ban on home businesses in the nation. You can't see a single client in the home. Grandmother can't teach piano lessons in her home.
Wow.
He went and fought. We filed a lawsuit. Then he turned around and went to the city council, and they repealed the law during the pandemic so that 14,000 home businesses in Nashville could operate freely from home. Lindsay, she has an amazing story. In fact, it was our former vice president of legal affairs who was her prosecutor when she was facing a 10-year prison sentence.
Wow.
And he told her, you just need reform. You don't need prison. He gave her a break, put her on probation. She went on, he came to Beacon a couple years later. She went on to literally be the biggest champion in our state, testifying in the legislature, talking about the importance of criminal justice reform, and has her own nonprofit to help women coming out of prison. It's an amazing story. Glenn, this guy showed up to the legislature day in and day out to fight for Tennessee's ESA program and continued to do so even when the bill was amended so that his kids wouldn't even be able to participate.
Wow.
That's a true hero, someone who will fight for other people even when they don't personally benefit. And then the fourth person we had here tonight has another amazing story, was shut down by a state licensing board as a tiny startup, and then was harassed by the chairman of that board and worked with us to get her fired by our governor.
That's impossible to get people fired in the bureaucracy of government.
It was amazing for him to stand up and fight for what he knew was right and get actual results in the process.
Well, Justin, it's all about people. You made that very clear tonight. Last question, what are you most proud of at your time in Beacon, during your tenure at Beacon?
It truly isn't a single issue. It's the team that we've built. I would literally not be here and would not have won this award tonight but for that team. They are amazing. We have fun and enjoy what we do. My role was just to build the team. They take the field every day and fight those battles and get those wins. That is the thing that I appreciate and love the most, is to get to work with the team that I get to work with. They're a lot of amazing people.
Well, Justin, you build an amazing team. You've changed lives. You're an inspiration to everyone else who's here at annual meeting. Congratulations on your award, and thank you so much to those of you watching, those of you who have invested all of your resources into not only Beacon Center of Tennessee, but State Policy Network and the other organizations who are with us on the ground at annual meeting this week. It's been a great week. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have found Mike Wrights, who just won the Overton Award. That's right, the Overton Award. It was a big night at annual meeting with a lot of awards, but this is one of the most important. How does it feel, Mike, to have won the award?
Yeah, this is a really special night. It's a special night for our team in a lot of ways. The Overton Award is named for Joe Overton, who was the senior vice president at the Mackinac Center. And then to have the team here celebrating a win that we've had this way, it's been very special.
Well, Mike, you and your team know and are touched by the memory of Joe Overton more than anybody else. What would you want to tell the rest of the country about Joe and what he's meant to you and your organization?
Yeah, we lost Joe 18 years ago. He died in a plane crash. But his influence is felt all around the world, and it's still felt in our office. I sit at his desk, I sit in his chair, and I think his influence still shapes how we do things at the Mackinac Center. It certainly shapes how we give advice to other organizations, and I think he would be proud of what the Mackinac Center has become. The team is doing everything he wanted us to do in terms of taking on right to work and school choice and taxation reform. I think he would be proud.
Well, Mike, our viewers know the Mackinac Center. They know Joe Lehman. You are the right hand of Joe. You make everything happen, and this award goes to the best right hands, the best EVPs in the business. Tell me, what are you most proud of your time at Mackinac?
I think the wins that we've had with labor reform have been really satisfying, and some of those were in motion years before I ever showed up. So my timing was good, not necessarily my work, but getting right to work in Michigan, killing the dues skim for Michigan workers, helping free 150,000 Michigan workers from their union that they didn't want to be a part of. Those are massive wins, not just for Michigan, but they've motivated people all around the country.
Well, Mike, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for everything you're doing, not just in Michigan, but all around the country. We are so glad you're here, and congratulations.
Thank you, and I want to say thank you to State Policy Network as well for keeping Joe Overton's memory alive through this award. And the things that make America a wonderful place and a beacon for the world are the same things that we love about the State Policy Network. It's all about the ideas, it's all about liberty, and it's all about what can happen in the states. That's what motivated our founders, and I think it motivates all of us to work with SPN.
Well, thank you. That was very well said. Congratulations, Mike.
Thank you.